Did you know? Sonic Advance was one of the first projects Sega considered after the discontinuation of the Dreamcast. In January 2001, Sega of Japan issued a press release stating that they were restructuring the company. They specified that they were in negotiations with Sony and Nintendo, who until very recently were Sega's fiercest competitors. The negotiations were over the creation of software for the PlayStation 2 and Game Boy Advance. And at the end of the month, Sega revealed one of the titles they discussed would be Sonic the Hedgehog Advance. Although Sonic Advance would be the first Sonic game on a Nintendo console, it was not Sonic's first game on a third-party system. Sonic Jam had been ported to the Tiger Gamecom in 1997, and Sonic Pocket Adventure was released for the Neo Geo Pocket Color in 1999. Sonic Pocket Adventure was developed as a joint effort between Sonic Team and SNK. The game was staffed by the likes of Takeshi Nishiyama and Hiroshi Matsumoto, who were the director and designer for the original Street Fighter, respectively. Nishiyama left SNK soon after to create Dimps, the company that would produce the Sonic Advance series. He was joined at Dimps by Matsumoto, who'd go on to become the producer on Sonic Advance 1 and 2. Series creator Yuji Naka found his return to creating 2D games refreshing, especially after developing 3D games for so long. He often wondered what it'd be like to make a Sonic game for Nintendo hardware, and felt that a Sonic game made for a Nintendo console would be very different in tone and style to the one made for a Sega console. Naka understood the importance of a company's identity, and felt that a Sonic game made for a Nintendo console would be very different in tone and style to one made for a Sega console. Sega had always presented themselves as being more high-tech than Nintendo, and as such had an easier time marketing towards an older audience. Nintendo, on the other hand, always had an easier time appealing to children thanks to their toy box approach to game development. Sega and Nintendo also had vastly different approaches to quality control. While Sonic Team had only spent a couple weeks tweaking and balancing their titles before release, Nintendo were a lot more meticulous. Naka was also interested in the connectivity between the GameCube and the GBA, and was eager to include the feature in Sonic Advance. The Chao Garden presented the perfect opportunity to use the technology. In the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure 2, players could download Chao into the Dreamcast's visual memory unit to interact with it on the move. But in the GameCube remake, the player could instead download their Chao into Sonic Advance's tiny Chao Garden. The GBA's greater processing power allowed for more advanced Chao interaction on the go. Naka's enthusiasm for the system actually spurred on Nintendo's teams to make better use of it. The Chao Garden is also linked to a notable glitch that contributed to a second version of the game being released. If the player deletes their save file in the game, they'll be prevented from transferring new rings they collect to the Chao Garden. This is because deleting the main save file doesn't remove the ring count data from the Chao Garden, and if the ring count in the main game and the garden aren't synced, the rings won't transfer. This can only be fixed by collecting the exact same amount of rings as the player had before, or by using hacking devices like GameShark. The glitch was fixed in the Japan-exclusive version 1.1 release, and is said to be fixed in the English Combo Pack releases. Sonic Advance was also released as Sonic N for the Nokia N-Gage handheld in 2003. This version of the game was largely criticized for its lack of a Chao Garden, slower speed, and inferior audio and visual quality. The N-Gage's screen was taller than it was wide, making the game near impossible to play in its portrait mode, as players couldn't see approaching enemies or objects. To compensate for this, Sega added an option to play with a 4:3 landscape aspect ratio. However, this scaled the sprites down without any filtering, causing loss of detail and a grainy finish. This version of the game also never released in Japan. Sonic Advance's opening stage, Neo Green Hill Zone, is possibly a reference to a scrapped level name from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Sega Genesis. The Aquatic Ruin Zone was called Neo Green Hill Zone in an earlier version of the game. However, this isn't conclusive. Many zones in Sonic Advance share similarities with zones from Sonic Pocket Adventure, and Neo Green Hill Zone may be inspired by the first level, Neo South Island Zone. South Island is the setting for the original Sonic the Hedgehog, meaning that Green Hill is located there. Casino Paradise Zone also contains a few secrets. The castle in the zone's background bears a strong resemblance to the Magic Kingdom at Disney World, and is even lit the same way the Magic Kingdom is at night. As well as being a clear nod to Sonic 2's Casino Night Zone, a platform similar to the Barrel of Doom from Sonic 3's Carnival Night Zone also appears in Act 2. A welcome sign at the start of the level may also be a reference to the Sonic the Hedgehog prototype, where there was a welcome sign in Green Hill Zone. Sonic Advance 2 was conceived immediately after the completion of the first game on GBA, and work began in February of 2002. The speed of the game was increased so much from Sonic Advance that the levels had to be made around 6 times larger to compensate. Sonic Advance 2 was Cream the Rabbit's first playable appearance in a video game. She was originally created to fill the role of Team Rose's flying character in Sonic Heroes, but ended up making her debut in Sonic Advance 2, a whole year before Heroes released. She was added to the sequel to distinguish it more from the first Advance title. SEGA also wanted her to debut in a game before she appeared in the upcoming Sonic X anime series. Technically, Cream's first appearance in a game was even earlier, in the Sonic Mega Collection Extras menu. The character went through a few incarnations as a squirrel and a raccoon before the rabbit design was settled on. She was designed to be easy for beginners to play. Her Chao cheese will home in on the enemies to deal damage, allowing Cream to stay out of danger as she does so. She attacks this way because Yuji Naka felt that it damaged the character's cute image if she attacked enemies by herself. Advance 2's music plant zone may be inspired by a similar area from a previous Sonic Team game, Ristar's Planet Sonata. Sonic and Ristar even share very similar poses and animations when they're launched off a spring in these levels. Sonic Mega Collection also showcased a trailer for Sonic Advance 2 that featured music not heard anywhere in the game. Sonic Advance 2 also features a track that went unused in the first game's data. The track seems to be an alternate invincibility theme and replaced the traditional invincibility tune in both Sonic Advance 2 and 3. The 2011 Android port of Sonic Advance also uses a different invincibility tune that's a remix of the game's title theme, and several other tracks were swapped out for new music, including the tracks for the X-Zone fights. Interestingly, all the replaced GBA tunes were remixes of tracks from Sonic 1 and 2 on Genesis. These alterations may be linked to a larger issue with Sonic, SEGA, and composer Masato Nakamura. The tracks Nakamura made for Sonic 1 and 2, and even remixes of the music, are rarely used in modern Sonic games. It's speculated that this is because Nakamura owns the copyright to these tracks himself, and SEGA must pay him royalties whenever they're used. Sonic Advance 3 was the final game in the Sonic series to feature the original voice cast that debuted in Sonic Adventure. From Shadow the Hedgehog onwards, they were replaced by the 4Kids cast that dubbed Sonic X. The game also marked the last time Eggman's voice actor, Dean Bristow, would record new lines for the character before he passed on. Dedicated Sonic fans assume that Bristow's passing is what made SEGA replace the existing voice lineup with the Sonic X cast, but this isn't the case. In 2008, Sonic fan site SonicScene.net interviewed Eggman's current voice actor Mike Pollock. Pollock revealed in the interview that the choice to replace the Sonic Adventure cast with Sonic X's was made before Bristow passed away. Pollock said it was strictly a business decision, which also lines up with statements from Simon Jeffrey, who was president of SEGA of America from 2005 to 2009. Jeffrey told SonicStadium.org, "SEGA of America are a subsidiary of SEGA of Japan. They reside in Japan and do not come under my jurisdiction at all. Likewise, I know this will make you all mad, SEGA of America has no say in the voice casting. Absolutely none." One thing that set Sonic Advance 3 apart from the first two games was its use of teams, and according to an interview with IGN, it was Yuji Naka who conceived this partner system. It wasn't the first time in the Advance series that players could use two characters at once, however. By using a cheat code on the original Sonic Advance's character select screen, it's possible to play as Sonic with Tails following him, like in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic Advance 3 was planned internally at Sonic Team, but was again exported to Dimps because of a lack of staff and resources at SEGA. The Sonic Advance series contains a number of musical references to other games in the series. The Invincibility jingle in the first Sonic Advance is a remix of the Invincibility jingle in Sonic 1 and 2. Ice Paradise remixes the minigame music from Sonic Advance's Tiny Chao Garden. Sunset Hill Zone from Sonic Advance 3 is a remix of Green Hill Zone from the original Sonic the Hedgehog, but it also takes its drum samples from Sonic Battle's Central City theme. Similarly, parts of Route 99 were remixed from Tails' Lab from Sonic Battle. Alter Emerald remixes Holy Summit, and the Secret Level Non-Aggression remixes E1215's theme from Sonic Battle. Sonic Battle is perhaps referenced so often in Sonic Advance 3's music because of the nature of its villain. G-Merle is based on Emerald, the copy robot that was a key character in Sonic Battle. Route 99 was referenced in issue 175 of Sonic the Comic, published in February 2000, 4 years before Sonic Advance 3 was released. As SEGA had little to do with the production of a British licensed tie-in, this was most likely a coincidence. With tens of thousands of gaming accounts being hacked every month, online security is a real concern. To lower the risk of having your private information stolen by hackers, you should consider using ExpressVPN. VPNs stop phone and internet providers, advertisers, and hackers from tracking your net browsing data at home or public Wi-Fi. VPNs also mask your IP address, allowing you to access content that's restricted from your region. We at DidYouKnowGaming have used ExpressVPN to access videos that were restricted by country, and found VPNs incredibly useful. ExpressVPN is easy to set up, connects with a single click, and never logs your activity. ExpressVPN has 24/7 customer support, is consistently faster than other VPN providers, and was even rated the #1 VPN by TechRadar. As well as having apps for desktop and mobile devices, ExpressVPN also has a router app that protects every device on your network. And if you don't want more programs on your device, ExpressVPN has browser extensions for Chrome, Firefox, and Safari. ExpressVPN is less than $7 a month and comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can take back your internet privacy today and find out how to get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free by clicking the link in the description or going to expressvpn.com/DYKG. That's expressvpn.com/DYKG for 3 months free with a 1-year package. Visit the link in the description to learn more, and thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. Did you also know that Sakurai's face is hidden on paper money in Smash Bros. For Wii U? Or that Smash Ultimate's Great Plateau Tower stage features Sheikah text that translates to Smash Bros.? For more facts, check out our video on Super Smash Bros. Easter eggs. And also don't forget to check out the masterpiece that is Alfred the Animated Series.